Good morning, good morning, good afternoon now. It's now afternoon. So I'm back now with this paper for grade 9. I've seen most of you have asked me to do section B. You have asked me to do section B. Remember, I did a multiple choice which was made up of about 53 questions. So I'm moving on now to, this was for 2023, I'm moving on now to section B. I'll try to be as brief as possible. So this is our section B, which covers agriculture as a contributor to soil erosion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this. So it's very important, guys, boys and girls, that you go through the case study. It's very important that you go through the case study and also you read to understand. So what is the case study all about? This is about soil erosion. Agriculture as a contributor to soil erosion. Agriculture is a contributor to what? To soil erosion. Agriculture is a contributor to soil erosion. So this is very important to know what the case study is all about. Agriculture is a contributor to soil erosion. I'm going to highlight as well. Then overgrazing. Okay, this is the cause of soil erosion. Contour plowing. This is an alternative that reduces soil erosion. So you are given two pictures here. The one is the cause of soil erosion. The other one is the strategy to reduce soil erosion. So be attentive to detail. You are given these two. There's the problem, there's the solution. Problem, solution, problem, solution. Before you even start reading, you have got the problem, which is overcrossing, causing soil erosion, and we have got a way of make sure that we reduce soil erosion. So this will help you as we progress with the questions. Okay, let's read. South African farmers produce many kinds of crops and rear animals such as goats, sheep, and cattle. Okay, so what it happens when it comes to farming, guys, it's not only restricted to crop farming, but the rearing of animals is also part of farming. Okay, unfortunately, bird farming practices have led to high rates of erosion. So bird farming practices have led to high rates of erosion in certain places. Okay, how rearing animals can lead to soil erosion. So this is how rearing of animals lead to soil erosion. Read to understand. One of the biggest contributors is overgrazing. That's how rearing of animals can contribute to soil erosion. This means that you are keeping animals, okay, more animals on the land than there is grass to feed them. So you are exceeding the carrying capacity. That's what it's saying in short. The grass is eaten more quickly than it can regrow. Okay, it cannot give in time to regrow, and so the vegetation cover on the land is lost. Then what happens? And erosion is increased. So you can see the stages that are taking place. You keep more animals, you exceed the carrying capacity, grass is not given enough time to regrow, vegetation cover is lost, and erosion is increased. The soil is compacted. That's another thing that happened. It's compacted. Okay, remember the animals stepping on the soil. Okay, compacted especially as tracks that animals make by walking along at the same path repeatedly. Over time, deep gullies called dongas are eroded in tracks and large amount of soil is lost. So this is how overgrazing, this is how rearing of animals actually contribute to soil erosion. This is how it contributes to soil erosion. So obviously the information that is coming from here should help you to answer the questions that are going to follow. So what else do we have? How cultivation can lead to soil erosion. Okay. Practices that increase erosion include monocropping. Think of your monoculture, which refers to growing of the same crop year after year. This is also known as monoculture. Which means you are growing the same crop year after year. This is also known as monoculture. This reduces soil fertility, causing the soil to become more easily eroded. Then using pesticides and chemicals, fertilizers, that's another contributor as well. Then these kill soil organisms that are important in the good soil structure. Planting trees in holes or down slopes. Okay, what does it do? It enables water to flow down fast, so erode channel between rows. It is better to use contour planting, in which crops are planted in rows along the contours, as this reduces the speed at which the water is flowing downhill. So guys, this is very important. This is very important for you to read and highlight. You read and highlight. This is very important. Let's move on and see what we have. So the first question is, how do humans contribute to erosion through construction? Obviously, when you are constructing, what do you do? When you are constructing, what do? You clear the land. You clear the land. So there's clearing of land that is taking place there. Clearing of land. Clearing of land. I'm just going to be simple. You are clearing land, which means you cut down trees. That's how you contribute to erosion, because when you clear down land, you are exposing the soil to various agents of erosion. That's what happens. You are clearing the land. That's number one. Let me just be simple there. Mention one way people contribute to erosion through mining. How people contribute to erosion through mining. What is happening? Obviously, there's excavation of rocks, of course. Mining, of course, you're striping the land, you deforestate, you actually cut down trees because you want to clear out the area where you're going to farm as well. So there's striping of land, there's excavation of rocks, there's mining dams, which destroys vegetation. Those are some of the things in which people contribute to erosion through mining, okay? Then identify one of the poor farming methods that leads to soil erosion in the case study. What is the poor farming methods that contribute? That is monocropping. Monocropping or monoculture. Remember here, that is monocropping or monoculture. This is what I'm talking about. Monocropping or monoculture. We are getting it from the case study. Monocropping or monoculture, the using of pesticides and so on and so on. Let's move on to the next question. Define the following terms. What is soil erosion? Removal of soil through agents of erosion, that is your wind, water, and ice. That is the simple definition. Or the permanent, okay, the losing the permanent structure of the soil in terms of the pH, in terms of the soil fertility, in terms of the humus content. That is what soil erosion is all about. But the simplest, removal of soil through agents of erosion such as wind, water, and ice, of course. Then overgrazing, what is it? Removal of this. What is overgrazing? Now, the practice of excessive feeding of livestock on a land unable to recover is vegetation. We are talking about what we have been given here, keeping more animals on the land than there is grass to feed them. That is overgrazing. That is overgrazing. So you can actually get it from here as well. Okay. What is the difference between subsistence farmers and commercial farmers? What is the difference? Subsistence farmers, obviously, they are growing crops for themselves and their family. That's what subsistence is all about. You are doing it on a subsistence basis. When you are growing crops only for yourself and your family, that is subsistence. But when they talk about commercial farming now, you are farming for a profit. You are growing crops and keeping animals for a profit and rearing animals for a profit. That's what commercial farming is all about. Commercial, growing of crops and rearing of animals with the motive to sell for a profit. Subsistence farmers, what do? They grow crops and keep animals for themselves and their families. Okay. Based on the case study, what is the impact of soil erosion? What is the impact of soil erosion on agriculture? Okay. Agriculture is a contributor to soil erosion. That's basically what we are talking about. 2.6. The soil is compacted. We are saying the soil is what? Compacted. What happens? Deep valleys, deep gullies, okay? Deep gullies emerge. What happens? Topsoil is removed. Top soil is removed. What happens as well? Soil fertility is reduced. Soil fertility is reduced as well. So this is what happens, okay? Name two solutions to soil erosion on the agricultural land. What can we do? Contour plowing. Contour plowing. What else can we do? We can do crop rotation. Crop rotation, they say two. What can we do? Afforestation. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3. Afforestation. So all this is coming from here, guys. Remember, we were reading the case study. So the answers, some of them, I got them from here. So this is very easy, guys. You go through the case study, you read to understand. Then from there, that's where you derive your answers. That's where you get your answers. That is question number 2 about soil erosion. Agriculture is a major contributor to soil erosion. So this is it in as far as this question is concerned. That is, agriculture is a contributor to soil erosion. We have gone through question 2, which looks at agriculture as a contributor to erosion. Please go through this, read to understand. If I've missed something, you can add. I'm just here to guide you. I'm just here to help you to interpret the question and also how best you can answer the question as well. So thank you.